We are an ICSE school. We have completed 25 years and we are situated in Vilepale at Mumbai. And we have more than 3,056 students. We have run a school from play school to 12th standard. So it's a K-12 school. And the entire curriculum is integrated curriculum in the entire primary and lower secondary. And in the 9th and 10th, we obviously take up the national curriculum exam. So the Global Outlook is basically a STEM-based curricula that I have designed for my students of standard 1 to 7, where we normally have a class strength of 40 students. So we actually split our students into groups of 2, that is 20, and with a block period, where they actually do STEM-based related activities. For example, let me give you certain themes. One is flooring around the world. So if I ask you, what is the flooring that you are around? What is the flooring around you? You might say carpet. I'm seeing right now, in my case, it is marble. Okay, outside it is tiles. Now, why? Why is it that I have this kind of flooring across? What is the physical and chemical property of this flooring? Why is it that based in Mumbai, I require tiles, I require marble? Why is it that outside on the ground, I require concrete when my buses are coming in? Why on the place where they are running and playing across football or something, the flooring is different. So the students actually research on the different kind of flooring, and then they come back and then they understand the physical chemical properties of these kind of floorings and why in different parts of the world it is different. For example, in countries which is very cold, they use wooden floorings, whereas it wouldn't make practical sense for us. So Global Outlook is nothing but a STEAM-based curricula connecting students to real life situations so that they can extend their concepts of class to real life through practical and experiential work. So this is definitely a skill-based curricula. So what we do is after every unit, we have created a rubric to assess the students. The rubrics are maybe the collaboration, communication, the research work, the presentation done by the students, and we have that peer evaluated and even teacher evaluated. So this is one way where over the years, we have a report card of the students. So if maybe student X in 3rd standard had skills of communication and maybe he's proficient, but not an expert. In 4th standard, we measure whether he's reached the expertise level or not. So every year we're measuring the students' performance year by year and seeing whether there is an improvement or not. So that record we have maintained. The second thing is that we had students dropping science a lot. In the 9th standard, we gave an option to drop science. So we had initially, maybe if I tell you a class strength of say 320 students, I had about more than 100 students dropping science, and more than that, I had girls dropping science. Now, over the years, I've been measuring it because we started in 2019, and this is now going for 20 to 23. We noticed that there's a dip in students dropping science. So that is also one outcome that, yes, it has made an impact. Students have realized that STEM learning is easy. It is not complicated. So this is one way that we are measuring it. So we were initially, first of all, wanting to study our own practices. So for the past 3 years, we have been, creating records of our own success and our own failures, where we felt that some lessons did well, some lessons did not do well, and so we tweaked it. So now, after 3 years and 4 years of successful implementation, we're now going to create a manual class-wise for other schools to implement in their schools. And that manual will be then coming along with the teacher training sessions also. So we're trying to create a complete kind of a website where the lesson plans also can be uploaded. Also, a training session can be conducted, because otherwise, just a lesson plan would just fall flat. What was the purpose? What was the thinking behind it to bring it to the class? What is the execution required for it? That is something that we want to share with the teachers across. So we believe that, as I told you that we have this data where we noticed a lot of girls were dropping science, and that was really scary. And so we asked the students as to why you're dropping science, and this is they found it difficult and complicated. So therefore, we realized now we need to make sure that the girls feel that STEM is not complicated. It is something that is important for me throughout my life. So we started making sure that all the activities that we had, the girls were given more opportunities to present. Because confidence is something that we saw students lacking, especially in the teen years. You see the girls taking a back seat and the boys coming in the front. So we started making sure that from the first standard, the girls coming forward making presentations across. This gave them confidence. And this confidence is what has really driven them to experiment. And now as they grow ahead, they're not worried about what their peers are thinking about because they've been doing it in and out. Now they're only focused more on the research part and making sure that it is going towards a community. So it is that initial inhibitions have now fallen apart. That's how we've been promoting girls' education out here in STEM. Plus, every kind of activity or task that we have, we make sure that there's some sort of sensitization for both the boys and the girls. For example, we do laundry in standard 4. We do girls and boys, both of them do laundry, which basically in India, you notice it is normally the women doing laundry and the men not doing it. But when they hear the boys and girls are doing it, the boys realize that it is not a girl's job. It is laundry is to be done by everybody. So in such small tasks like this also, we're making them respect the women more and making sure that they are joining the girls along with that. So that also makes the girls feel that this is not my job. This is everybody's job. So the girls also don't feel that this is my work. So my message is that we need to move from a micro level of teaching to a macro level where we see subjects coming together. So when we see teachers who are maybe teaching a flower, they're teaching, some teachers will teach us as parts of flower. Some teachers will have a poem written on a flower. Some teachers will talk about respiration on flowers. But I think we should see flowers in its totality as to its what is the contribution, what is the relevance of a flower in the world today? Why is it that we have so much emotional significance to a flower? When we go in for any ceremony, we take a flower. So what is the purpose of having that flower across? Even the flower, apart from its total connection with the environment, why is it so significant to have a flower in the environment around us? And what would the world be without a flower? So taking this kind of thinking around, you don't have to then start seeing as parts because it will automatically come across. You see everything as a whole picture. And this whole picture is what I want to tell the STEM teachers. Let's start teaching concepts, events, objects as a whole, not as parts.